Flip TV Plus. It's morning news on Flip TV Plus. Here are the headlines. Ogun government deploying technology to combat crime. Keyamo suspends Nigeria Air. Over 70 perish in Johannesburg building inferno. Money found as residents of ousted Gabonese president's son's aid. Police arrest syndicates producing fake engine oil. Lawyers walk out on Portable during embarrassing performance. Now the news. Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun has said that his administration is deploying drones, helicopters, and other technological innovations to address security challenges in the state. The governor said this when he received the new General Officer commanding GOC 81 Division comprising Ogun and Lagos State, Major General Muhammad Usman, who paid him a courtesy call in his office at Okemusan, Abeokuta on Wednesday. The governor said constant movement of people to the state due to its strategic location as the industrial, religious, and educational capital of the country has put a lot of pressure on the security architecture of the state, hence the need to involve technology in tackling the menace. Prince Abiodun said his administration revived the UPMESA and also set up a task force to patrol the Ogun State side of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway to tackle the menace of kidnapping. According to him, as a result of the intervention, kidnapping has been reduced to the nearest minimum in the axis.
In recent times, acquired some drones, and those drones are meant to help us in area surveillance. Believing that with that, we can see where crime may be intended to be committed, and that can be neutralized before the untoward activities of these criminals is carried out.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo San, on Thursday ordered the suspension of the Nigerian Air project. Keyamo gave this directive during a tour of the international airport in Lagos, where he was accompanied by the Managing Director of the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, FAAN, Kabar Yusuf Mohammed. Keyamo also put on hold all arrangements under his predecessor, Adi Sirika, to enable proper audit of contracts in the aviation industry. He has also put a halt to the concession project, saying that he owes it to the federal government and Nigerians to give an honest assessment. The recently appointed Minister of Aviation further said the suspension will be in place until he briefs President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The then acting Managing Director of Nigeria Air, Captain Dakbolumide, had revealed that the plane unveiled on the last day of the Muhammadu Buhari administration in May was a chartered aircraft from Ethiopian Airlines. The launch was widely viewed as a scam. The plane that was unveiled was said to be over 10 years old and had been previously operated by Ethiopian and Malawi Airlines. Nigeria's Senate and House of Representatives Committees on Aviation had both labeled the launch of Nigeria Air as a fraud. Keyamo also said that the old international terminal of Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos will be shut down by October 1, 2023 for renovation. He further gave a directive that all private hangars will be relocated to pave way for expansion of the new terminal. In a rather devastating development, more than 70 people were killed overnight when a fire raged through a rundown 5-story Johannesburg apartment block, one of the worst such disasters in the city where poverty, household fires, and homelessness are widespread. The building was gutted, blackened by soot, and still smoldering on Thursday as emergency services gathered around it and bodies lay covered in blankets on a nearby street. The block is owned by municipal authorities who, more than 12 hours after the blaze broke out, were still unable to provide a clear picture of who had lived there. Survivors of the fire described jumping out of windows to escape the flames as questions were raised about the dilapidated and dangerous state of the informal dwellings housing poor economic migrants in the city. According to a resident in the building, rooms cost about 1,000 rand per month. Residents said little to no maintenance was carried out on the premises and there were no fire extinguishers or emergency exits.
A lot of people died because of the smoke, because there was a lot of pressure at the gates. Some of the gates were closed.
You can't witness people jumping out of the buildings like someone who is throwing eggs. People at night, they were lifeless, sleeping on the streets, helpless. Ambulances, they took their own time to report to the scene.
It's a 5-story building which caught fire early hours of this morning. We started evacuating the people who were inside the building and also conducting our firefighting operations. At this stage, the total number of people who have been recovered, it's 64, and then the total number of people who were injured or who received minor injuries or moderate injuries is about 43. So that's where we are now. But the number might still increase because of the nature of the incident which we are attending to now.
In other news, while the ripples generated by the coup in Gabon have yet to subside, suitcases and bags full of various hard currencies have been recovered at the residence of ousted President Ali Bongo's son's chief of staff. The revolutionaries reportedly uncovered the loot in Yangulu's house. Yangulu was the chief of staff of Nureddin Bongo, the eldest son of deposed President Bongo. The bags could be seen filled with bundles of sefa, dollars, and euros. The former president's son, Nureddin, who was the coordinator of presidential affairs, a position which gave him the authority to oversee administration, security, and defense sectors, was also arrested on Wednesday for alleged corruption, embezzlement, and treason. Moving on, a syndicate producing fake engine oil has been arrested by operatives of the Lagos State Police Command. This was made known in a statement by the State Police Public Relations Officer, SP Benjamin Hundeyin, on his X, formerly Twitter account on Thursday, sharing videos in said, quote-unquote, #Lagos Police Nigeria operatives arrested this syndicate that specialized in counterfeiting popular brands of engine oil. They will be prosecuted at the conclusion of investigations. Finally, on the news, some lawyers on Thursday staged a walkout on a program that was being held as part of the Nigerian Bar Association's annual General Conference in Abuja. The program, which was tagged Unbarred, was held at the velodrome of the MKO Abiola Stadium. According to the event's poster, the host was Timi Agbaje, DJ Skills, and Vintage Band were billed to man the music policy, and it promised a surprise act. After waiting for the concert to begin for several hours, lawyers were astonished to hear Portable was the guest performer. Many of the lawyers questioned the choice of the Zazu singer and opted to walk out of the show. Also, some lawyers before the concert engaged in a fight on the football pitch during a novelty match in Abuja. The lawyers who are currently in the States for the NBA conference converged on the field for the football match. However, a disagreement led to some of them exchanging blows and throwing kicks at each other. Thanks for joining our news broadcast. Subscribe on our channel for latest updates. Okpeyemi Olugbemi reporting for Flip TV Plus.